At Coloredepoxies.com, we teach you how to install epoxy like a pro. In this episode, we will be transforming this 500 square foot garage into a spectacular metallic flake showroom. The key to a true professional installation of any epoxy system is all in the prep work. With the right equipment, tools, and dust control, you can ensure that your concrete surface will be prepared properly. Once the garage is prepped, clean, and dust-free, it's time to mix up our primer coat of Dove Gray. The mix ratio for epoxy is always a 2-to-1 mix ratio, 2 parts A to 1 part B. Slow and steady wins the race. Do not try to mix 3 gallons at a time. Have your helper always cut in with a 6-inch hot dog roller, 7 to 10 lineal feet ahead. Someone follow behind him with an 18-inch roller. Once the primer coat has been applied, we put on spike shoes and prepare to do a cross roll. Using duct tape is one of the quickest and easiest ways to keep the spike shoes from coming off. Even after proper concrete cleaning and preparation, there still may be spots that remain contaminated. Cross rolling is essential to eliminate fish eyes which occur in these places. You have a total of up to 3 hours to roll out and pop them with your roller. We're going to do a double application of 2 separate metallic systems. What we're going to have is this border here. We're going to do all metallic, and this outside border is going to be all flake system, 2-tone color. It's going to be awesome. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mix the metallic pigments ahead of time before we get ready to pour or squeegee apply our backdrop color down. So right now we're going to mix 1 gallon of pearl is going to be our accent color. And then we're going to do a 3-gallon mix of gunmetal. So we're gonna, right at this point, we're gonna pour the A into the buckets first, then add the pigments. Alright, so now we're going to get ready to mix our Dove Gray. We're going to do a 3-gallon mix. Here's our A for 2 parts and our B clear epoxy hardener 1 part. Pre-measured the buckets. 2 gallons of A Dove Gray. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the Part B hardener to our gunmetal, and we're going to bring it right up to our line right here. Give it a good mix, and we're going to start to put down our first metallic color. This is our magic trowel, and this is what we're going to use to help spread the metallic into the backdrop color today. It's a soft rubber, very pliable, bendable. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to use this magic trowel, and we're going to give it a nice little, add a little design and feature to the application. And then we're going to pour some thin lines without using the magic trowel so we can get some more marbleization lines so you can see both ways. What we're gonna then do is then use the roller to give it a little bit of light effect, so without moving it too much. The secret to doing a metallic floor is not to keep rolling it and keep playing with it, because it's gonna shift every 7 minutes, and then after 24 hours, it's gonna completely look totally different when you wake up in the morning. Watch and see. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our second color, which is going to be pearl. And we are going to do 1 gallon of pearl, so we're doing 85 ounces. Plus the balance 128 is going to give us 1 full gallon. We're going to put this right over, overlay it over our gunmetal. So you always want to take care of your tools, and having denatured alcohol is going to be your best friend for cleanup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this alcohol, I'm going to spray these tools here with it, and we're going to show you exactly how to keep them nice and clean so you can always use them for the next job. Remember, you can always buy these tools right off our website. So now we have the epoxy's been down for about 45 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and start the torch. What the flame is gonna do is going to create the epoxy to help shift the metallic in the epoxy with the torch, and then it's gonna give it a higher gloss and a higher reflection. That's what we want. At the same time, it's gonna pop all the air bubbles. So to protect your magic trowel from drying out, they come with a protective sleeve. This sleeve can be removed. Don't forget to remove it before you get started. And when you're done, you want to put the sleeve back on. This is going to protect the rubber from drying out. Okay, so now we have our metallic epoxy down. We got the whole perimeter all taped off all the way around. We are getting ready to put the flake in. So right here is what we're going to use. This is called our Domino. It's one of the most popular flake colors that we sell, especially for garages. We're going to do a beautiful border around this metallic epoxy floor. We're going to go start with our 1.5 gallon mix. We're going to go 1 gallon of A Dove Gray and 1/2 gallon of Pot B, the hardener. So the coverage per pound on flake is 13 square feet per pound, and you want to feed it just like chickens. Just kind of want to toss it in there. Always want to go with full coverage. Full coverage is the best as far as uniformity and color. It is always the best in durability. With the proper ground floor, you're going to have a lifetime warranty against cracking, peeling, and chipping. The most important application is the clear coat that we're going to squeegee apply over the flake after we scrape it up. You can scrape as hard as you want. You cannot damage the flake. So you can press down soft, you can press down hard. All we're doing is just knocking down those little high points. And then after we clean up the vacuum, I want to get eye level with it. And you always want to see if we have any high points. And if we see any high points, we're just going to go ahead. We're going to take the scraper and we're going to put the scraper on. Keep looking, and awesome. So now that we scraped the floor and we reclaimed the excess material, we're ready to put the squeegee apply clear coat over the flake. Now this is the most important part of the whole system, because this is going to encapsulate the flake, give it the wear and the durability that gives you a lifetime warranty against cracking, peeling, and chipping. So we used our flat rubber squeegee to encapsulate the clear coat over the flakes. Now we want to cross roll over the flakes to make sure the finish is absolutely perfect and there's no puddling left behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this extra material. Normally you can pour it on top of the flake and then you could just dip your roller to saturate it. But in this case, I'm just going to dump it in my bucket and then I'm going to saturate my roller. Pour a little in. We're completely cross-rolled at this point. Now we just want to babysit it and make sure there's no air bubbles. You probably know you can pop them with denatured alcohol or use a torch, but the way that I like to pop them, and it's the easiest, is we have the same roller that we just used. Let's use that to pop the air bubbles. So every half hour you can walk on it with your spike shoes. If you see air bubbles, just take the roller and cross-roll right over them. They'll pop instantly. You have up to a 3-hour window. And by that time, the epoxy should be set up enough and you shouldn't have any more air bubbles. For more information on other cool projects just like this one, click subscribe to our Coloredepoxies YouTube channel.